Today we take a concise look at the transport, armored, and support vehicles used by Belgium during World War II, from domestic designs to imported Allied equipment. If you're interested in World War II military vehicles and the lesser-known equipment of smaller European armies, subscribe now. Minerva M26 armored car, a Belgian-built armored reconnaissance vehicle, reached speeds of about 40 miles per hour, weighed roughly 4.5 tons, and had a range near 200 miles. Armed with machine guns, it served with Belgian cavalry and internal security units during the 1940 campaign. T-13B1 and B2 tank destroyer, a light tracked anti-tank vehicle, reached speeds of approximately 25 miles per hour, weighed around 4.5 tons, and had a range of about 150 miles. Armed with a 47mm anti-tank gun, it was Belgium's most effective armored vehicle against German tanks in 1940. T-15 light tank, a small reconnaissance tank, reached speeds of about 25 miles per hour, weighed roughly 4 tons, and had a range near 125 miles. Armed with a machine gun, it was used mainly for scouting and infantry support. Vickers Carton-Lloyd light tank, Belgian service, reached speeds of around 30 miles per hour, weighed approximately 4 tons, and had a range near 140 miles. Used primarily for reconnaissance and training before the invasion. FN-Kégresse T-13, a motorcycle-based light anti-tank vehicle, reached speeds of about 55 miles per hour and was armed with a 47mm gun. It provided mobile firepower for Belgian infantry and defensive units in 1940. FN-M12 ASM motorcycle, a standard Belgian military motorcycle, reached speeds of approximately 60 miles per hour and was used for dispatch riding, reconnaissance, and convoy escort throughout the campaign. FN-86 motorcycle, Belgian Army, a heavier military motorcycle, cruised at around 58 miles per hour and supported communications and liaison roles within Belgian units. Chevrolet 1.5-ton truck, Belgian service, reached road speeds of about 55 miles per hour, weighed roughly 4 tons, and had a range near 320 miles. It was widely used for troop transport, logistics, and supply duties. Ford BB military truck, Belgium, a pre-war utility truck, reached speeds of approximately 50 miles per hour, weighed around 3.5 tons, and had a range of about 300 miles. Used for transport, towing, and staff duties. Bedford QL truck, Belgian forces in exile, reached speeds of about 45 miles per hour, weighed roughly 5 tons, and had a range near 300 miles. Operated alongside British forces after 1940 for logistics and transport. Morris CS8 light truck, Belgian forces with allies, cruised at around 50 miles per hour, weighed approximately 3 tons, and had a range near 280 miles. Used for infantry transport, communications, and towing light equipment. Universal carrier, Belgian units with allies, reached speeds of about 30 miles per hour, weighed roughly 4 tons, and had a range near 150 miles. It supported infantry transport, reconnaissance, and weapons carriage roles. Humber light reconnaissance car, Belgian service in exile, reached speeds of approximately 50 miles per hour, weighed around 3 tons, and had a range near 250 miles. Used by Belgian units serving with Allied forces in Western Europe. Willys MB Jeep, Belgian forces in exile, reached speeds of about 65 miles per hour, weighed roughly 1.1 tons, and had a range near 300 miles. It became the standard light utility vehicle for Belgian units fighting alongside the Allies. M3 half-track, Belgian post-liberation use, reached speeds of around 45 miles per hour, weighed approximately 9 tons, and had a range near 200 miles. Used for troop transport and logistics during the liberation of Belgium in 1944 to 1945. Minerva AL armored car, an early Belgian armored vehicle, reached speeds of about 40 miles per hour, weighed roughly 4 tons, and had a range near 180 miles. Though lightly armored, it was still in limited service for patrol and internal security roles in 1940. Vickers utility tractor, Belgian service, a tracked artillery tractor, reached speeds of approximately 18 miles per hour, weighed around 6 tons, and had a range of about 120 miles. It was used to tow artillery pieces and transport crews. Latil TR artillery tractor, Belgian Army, reached speeds of about 25 miles per hour, weighed roughly 7 tons, and had a range near 150 miles. It supported heavy artillery and logistics units before and during the German invasion. FN-Kégresse half-track, Belgian service, a semi-track transport vehicle, reached speeds of around 30 miles per hour, weighed approximately 5 tons, and had a range near 180 miles. It improved mobility over rough terrain for supply and towing tasks. Citroën-Kégresse P17, Belgian Army, reached speeds of about 28 miles per hour, weighed roughly 4.5 tons, and had a range of around 170 miles. Used for transport, reconnaissance, and artillery support. Chevrolet 3-ton truck, Belgian service, reached speeds of approximately 50 miles per hour, weighed around 6 tons, and had a range near 300 miles. It was employed for heavy supply transport and troop movement. Fordson WWII truck, Belgian forces in exile, cruised at about 45 miles per hour, weighed roughly 4 tons, and had a range near 280 miles. Used by Belgian units operating with British forces after 1940. Morris commercial CDSW, Belgian service with Allies, reached speeds of around 40 miles per hour, weighed approximately 7 tons, and had a range near 260 miles. Served as a general service and artillery towing vehicle. Austin K5 military truck, Belgian post, 1940 service, reached speeds of about 45 miles per hour, weighed roughly 5 tons, and had a range near 300 miles. Used for logistics and transport within Allied formations. Scammell Pioneer artillery tractor, Belgian used with Allies, reached speeds of approximately 35 miles per hour, weighed around 8 tons, and had a range near 200 miles. Employed for heavy towing, recovery, and transport roles during the later stages of the war. FN-63C truck, a Belgian-built military transport, reached speeds of about 45 miles per hour, weighed roughly 4.5 tons, and had an operational range near 280 miles. It was used for troop transport, logistics, and general supply duties before and during the 1940 campaign. FN-4RM and 63 artillery tractor, a 4-wheel drive military tractor, cruised at approximately 40 miles per hour, weighed around 6 tons, and had a range of about 200 miles. It supported artillery towing and heavy transport operations. Brossel TL truck, a heavy Belgian military lorry, reached speeds of about 45 miles per hour, weighed roughly 6 tons, and had a range near 300 miles. It was employed for logistics, fuel transport, and troop movement. Renault AHS truck, Belgian service, reached speeds of approximately 50 miles per hour, weighed around 5 tons, and had a range near 320 miles. Widely used by Belgian forces for general transport and supply missions. Tractebel recovery tractor, Belgian Army, a heavy recovery and towing vehicle, reached speeds of around 30 miles per hour, weighed roughly 9 tons, and had a range near 180 miles. It was used for vehicle recovery, towing damaged equipment, and engineering support. Although Belgium was quickly overrun in 1940, its army relied on a diverse fleet of trucks, tractors, armored vehicles, and motorcycles that played vital roles in mobility, logistics, and defense. If you enjoyed this overview, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more World War II vehicle history.